All right, so here I am in the Victoria Station, leaving London, on my way to Seaford from a hike. So should be good. Made it to the train on time, and yeah, should be good times. Okay, so I just made it to Seaford. Little seaport town on the southern coast of England. I am on my way, trying to make my way over to the Seven Sisters today. So it's a cool little town. It's kind of sleepy this morning. It's kind of early, not too bad, but it is Saturday morning. It's kind of nice. You hear the seagulls in the background, and just a cool little sleepy town. I'm walking up here in a few minutes. I'm going to be walking up to the English Channel, so we'll be able to see that. And then I'm going to make my way over to the beginning of the Seven Sisters. The Seven Sisters is the chalk cliffs of on the southern coast of England, and it's a really popular hike. Gonna be Seven Sisters, meaning the seven hills of the chalk cliffs. So yeah, should be a good time. So I'm just walking out, still making my way over to the sea. I can kind of smell it right now, and you can smell the sea, lots of seagulls and stuff like that. It's a cool little town, though. I'll kind of show you around a little bit. So I'm kind of excited about today's trip. It's a really popular, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too crowded. Anyway, looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough hike, a lot of hills, but yeah. So, oh my goodness, I can already see some of them. Here we go. I'll show you. So you can kind of see all of that right there. That's the chalk cliff right there. So I'll be hiking all of that. So that's the beginning of it. So that's not technically the Seven Sisters. That's just that's not really one of the hills, which kind of starting to get a little intimidating. We'll see. Hopefully the knee can handle it. This is going to be my first real big test for the knee. I've done some walking and done a little bit of running up to this point, but nothing serious. A couple of miles running and stuff like that, but nothing serious running. So today's hike is going to be probably going to end up being about 12 miles, and I think it's going to put it through the test right off the bat. So anyway, wish me luck. So this is incredibly interesting. I've actually never been to a pebble beach, and when I say pebble, I mean just pebbles. No sand whatsoever, just pebbles. It's just your standard rock. It's kind of like washed gravel, is what it looks like. It's beautiful here though. The water's nice. It's kind of a tealish blue. Not bright teal like you're going to get in the Caribbean, but definitely bluer than what we get on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I'd probably put it equivalent to maybe somewhere around like the Sandestin area. Okay, so here we go. Basically starting the hike. I'm starting to climb up this first chalk cliff here. And like I said, I'm not at the Seven Sisters yet, but this is where I'm gonna start my climb, and then we'll get over to Seven Sisters. Probably take me about 45 minutes or so to get over there to where the Seven Sisters start. But this starts my hike, basically. So yeah. So it can be a little dangerous. Over here, the chalk cliffs do crack and crumble a lot, so it's not uncommon for them to crumble. So you got to be real careful when you get to the edge. I'll show you here. You can see some cracks kind of running through over here where it's starting to crack and crumble. That's probably going to fall off at some point. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty safe. But you know, it does crack and crumble from time to time. So behind me you can see the town of Seaford. That's where I just came from. So that was my starting point. Just kind of hiked up here. Like I said, haven't quite made it to the Seven Sisters yet. I'll let you guys know. We'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to it, and I'll show you kind of exactly what the Seven Sisters is. Today's hike, so it's a point to point. So I took the train down from London, stopped in Seaford, started the hike, and then I'm gonna hike all the way over through the Seven Sisters all the way to Eastborne. When I get to Eastborne, that's where I'll be able to catch a train back to London. It's about a 2.5 hour train ride each way, so 5 hours round trip. Not too bad. I mean, you know, trains are awesome. You know, just kind of get in, sit down, and wait till you get there. Kind of read a book or do whatever. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so that's Seaford. That's where I started. So I was kind of expecting a walk along the sea and looking at the ocean. I mean, I'm looking at the English Channel and looking at the water and that type of thing. And so I had that in the back of my head, as this is the kind of walk that it's going to be, mostly about the water. What I didn't expect, and expectation isn't the right word, what I didn't consider is the fact that yes, over here in front of me is the English Channel, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and I really enjoy walking alongside it and that type of thing. But what I didn't consider is on the left side of me is all just pasture, farmland, and just as beautiful scenery in its own right on the left side. So it's really this interesting dichotomy of you've got this beautiful pasture land on the left-hand side, with on the right-hand side the English Channel and the blue water and that type of thing. And then you, I guess, add in the fact that you're going to have these beautiful geological formations of the chalk cliffs coming up periodically every now and then that you get to look at as well. So you got these three different aspects of the hike that really make this maybe even one of the most interesting hikes I've ever done. So just some things that I get to see along this hike that I never really considered. What's really cool about England is they're really open to hikers and walkers and things like that. And so you see areas like this kind of all over. So this is private land. Obviously it's pasture land with sheep and that type of thing. But all land is open to walkers. So if you're, if you want to walk across areas, you're free to do that. And so you've got these kind of little steps that are built into the fences and that type of thing that allow for walkers to kind of have access to the land, but still at the same time be able to keep the cattle and livestock contained as well. Okay, so here we are, made it to the beginning of the Seven Sisters. Here we are. This is what it looks like. The great thing is, looks like I timed it just right. Low tide is in about 12 minutes, and I'm about 10 minutes away from having to walk the river over here. Normally, if you catch it in high tide, then you end up having to trek about 2 miles around. It just kind of adds another 2 miles to the walk. So what I wanted to do is wanted to try to catch the low tide and just kind of be able to wade across. It'll still be about ankle to knee deep, somewhere around in there, but nothing I can't just pop my shoes off and kind of wade across the water to kind of make it a little bit easier of a hike. Plus it's kind of fun to kind of get in the water a little bit. Unfortunately right now with the way the sun is and because of my timing for trying to time low tide to get here, so I'll be able to wade across the river. The sun is not in the best spot to be able to cast the cliffs with direct light. So right now the cliffs are kind of in shadow, so the photographs aren't the best in the world for the actual cliffs themselves. Waiting until more of an evening time, especially from this spot, is going to be better, because then the sun is hitting it from the west, lighting up the white chalk of the cliffs and making it much more photogenic. But I'm doing the best I can. Lighting conditions aren't great, but the view is spectacular. All right, so behind me you can see the beginning of the you can kind of see the beginning of the chalk cliffs over here. So that's the first of the 7 sisters. They each have a name. I'm actually not sure exactly what the names are at the moment. What I'll do is on the screen I'll list the names of each sister as I progress periodically throughout. I'll let you know when I'm in the top of each sister, and I'll list the name on the screen below. And so you'll be able to see exactly what names they are, and kind of as I progress through the 7 sisters. This here, so there's a couple little shops right here at the beginning. There's also a Coast Guard little station as well. This is the shot that I was talking about that was really famous, that was used in different things on postcards and stuff like that. So this is the exact shot from this angle right here. All right, so here we are at the river. Like I said, it's low tide right now, so it's pretty low, not real high at all, so it should make it easy to just kind of wade across. So yeah, so that's what I'm about to do. So the pebbles are pretty, not too bad. I was expecting it to really hurt, but the thing the fact is because it's kind of soft, so they kind of give a little bit, so it's not quite as hard on the feet. And water isn't near as cold as I expected it to be. I was expecting it to be super cold, but it's actually kind of nice. All right, just made it across, and I'll be honest with you. So as I started going, I thought it was going to be easier than it was. I mean, it was easy. Don't get me wrong; it was super easy. Just kind of wade across. But good night, those rocks are hard. Those pebbles definitely hurt. So anyway, when I first started, it wasn't so bad. I guess I just the more you walk, the more tender it becomes. But I blame that on me just being soft nowadays. But so okay, so here we are Now I'm across the river, and now I'm about to start the Seven Sisters. All right, so you guys can see behind me, we got our first hike. So we're gonna head up there and go ahead and knock the first one off the list. Yeah, this is pretty steep, a lot steeper than I expected it to be. Obviously not straight up, but it's pretty daggum steep. Although, if I'm honest, so this is pretty steep, a lot steeper than I expected it to be. But if I'm honest, part of it's my fault. There's an easier route, but I'm not gonna take the easier route. Looks like other people went up this way, so dadgummit, I'm gonna go up this way too. 50 or almost 49 years old. TV plateau fracture surgery, plates and screws. None of that matters. I'm doing it anyway. So I made it to the top of the first sister. Her name is Haven Brow. So it's the first one. I'll give you guys kind of a look around a little bit. Nice little sailboat off in the distance. So it's a beautiful view. I cannot be more pleased with this hike, and it's just barely started. Okay, so just topped to the second sister. Her name is Short Bottom. Not sure exactly what that's in reference to, but kind of an interesting name. So I'm gonna walk over here and give you guys a little bit of a look at some of the upcoming sisters, some of the upcoming hills. The camera really doesn't do it justice. Some of them aren't as steep as others and as tall as others, but it seems like they're not really showing how tall and how steep they are as well on camera. but I don't know, I'll do my best. Okay, so I just made it to the top of sister number 3. Her name is Short Brow. A little steep. Sister number 3 is a little bit more challenging than number 2, but not too bad. It's still short, just kind of steep. That's the good thing about these. They're all relatively short hills. Some of them are fairly steep, others a little bit more gradual. I can say it's actually a little tougher than I expected it to be. I thought I was going to come out here and just kind of breeze through it. And it's not hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's hard. So it's definitely not hard. It's just, you know, it's got my heart rate going. I didn't expect that. I know people talk about how the Seven Sisters is really tough hike and all that kind of stuff, but doing my research, I just didn't expect for it to be that difficult. And it's really not. It's not difficult at all. I think people exaggerate when they talk about how difficult it is. But with that said, it has got my heart rate going. All right, so on to number 4. I'm at the top of Sister 4. This is Limpkin Bottom. At least I hope that's how you say it. Not totally sure. But yeah, number 4. Number 4 is pretty easy, short and kind of gradual. So not too bad, pretty easy. So another aspect of this hike is the fact that it's like walking through a grass field. So it's, I mean, and I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, I've seen pictures, so I guess I should have. But it's not rocky. You don't have to worry about twisting your ankle or anything like that. I mean, there are some spots where it gets a little rocky, where it's been washed or something like that. But I'd say the vast majority, probably well over 95% of the hike is grass, very soft. Traction's great, so not you don't have to really worry about twisting an ankle or anything like that. So that's another little pleasantly surprising aspect of this hike. Okay, so I just made it to the top of sister number 5. Her name is Rough Brow. Kind of probably similar to sister number 2 in that steep but short. So not too bad. Coming up on sister number 6 here. Looks like sister 6 is probably going to be the shortest and the easiest of the 7. Okay, so just made it to the top of number 6. It's a little bit short, it's nothing to it. Pretty quick, pretty easy. It's titled Rough Bottom. Now, full disclosure, I may be getting my names and numbers off. Some of the hills may not actually be considered part of the 7 Sisters, and my assumption for that is simply because it looks like I'm at number 6 and I can see 3 more right in front of me. So that will put me at 9 rather than 7. So who knows? Maybe I'm a little off. Okay, that one was tough. Number 7 is kind of tall, kind of steep. It was a little tough. Got my heart rate going again. So we're going to call this again number 7. So again, I think there are specific ones that are actually the sisters, but this is the 7th hill, and this one's called Brass Point. Okay, so there's number 8. Just made it to hill number 8. So this is Gap Bottom. That one's pretty big, pretty steep. Great view though, beautiful view. Here, I'll turn around and let you guys take a look at that. It has definitely started to get a lot more crowded. I'm stopping, taking pictures, video, and all that kind of stuff. So it's giving a lot of people a lot of time to catch up and that type of thing. So unfortunately, it's getting a little crowded. Not too bad though. The great thing about this is, like I said, the trail, it's not a single track trail, so it's kind of wide open, spread out. So everybody's kind of, spread out, kind of walking in their own little lane, I guess, if you will. You can kind of see around me maybe a little bit how wide open and spread out it is. See the number of people that we have walking. So even though it's crowded, it's not near as bad as it would be if it was a single track hike.
Long distance. Just wait for this.
So apparently, I'm an idiot. The names of the sisters, you got brow and you got bottom. The brow is for the actual hill itself. The bottom is the name of the valley leading up to that hill. So that's what kind of got me off on my numbering of the sisters and that type of thing. Not every valley is named, but it seems like every hill is named. When I was looking at it and it said bottom, didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I just kind of went with it. But anyway, so that's why there were more names than hills, is because some of them refer to some of the valleys in between the hills. So I'm done with the Seven Sisters portion of the hike, and I'm going to continue on to Eastborne. I think I've probably got about 4 miles to go. There are more hills on this part of the hike, so I'm not done with the hills yet, just with the portion of the hike that is considered the Seven Sisters. So I think I figured out why it was getting so packed. So I just left the area of the trail that is the National Trust site that has basically it's the beginning of the trail on this end of the Seven Sisters versus where I started, which was in Seaford. So it's also got a car park and that kind of thing. So this is where most people come, park their car, and they'll kind of hike a little bit rather than doing the whole entire thing. They'll just kind of come, hang out on the beach, view the Seven Sisters a little bit, and then get up and leave. But anyway, so that's why this area of the hike is significantly more crowded. Hopefully it'll start thinning out as I continue on toward Eastborne, and I get further and further away from the National Trust site, where they have the shops and those kind of things. So hopefully it'll start thinning out here in a bit. So I made it over to Beachy Head. We're at 8.9 miles at this point. Beachy Head is just kind of the area right here. There's a pub and a couple other things here. Not too far to go. We've got probably about 3 miles left in the hike. Here you can see where the hike's going to take me. But no big deal. Go find me a nice place. Maybe I can catch the train back and get it early. Just sit down and have me a nice little turkey bacon sandwich that I brought with me. So that was nice. And yeah, so just kind of wrapping up the hike now. Looks like it's gonna all be downhill from here. So I decided that I was just gonna walk straight down this hill, and it is definitely putting the quads to work, getting the most out of my knee as possible. But so far so good. Just little short steps, nothing big. Just taking it slow and easy. But yeah, not too bad, going straight down this super steep incline. But anyway, just trying to get down here closer to the water. Going to finish up my hike on the water. Right, so just made it to Eastborne, so I got a few places to go. I got about 1.5 miles to get to the train station. Just gonna kind of walk through Eastborne, just kind of check out the town. It's a good sized town, not massive or anything, but it's a pretty good sized town. And anyway, so just kind of walk, take my time getting to that 1.5 miles. I've got more than enough time to catch my train, so I may even try to see if I can hop on an earlier train. At least that's the plan. We'll see how that works. And yeah, so that's it. I'm just gonna walk around for a little bit, check out the town. May even go down to the beach and poke my toes in. So I decided to come down to the beach for a few minutes. I figure I'm here, I may as well pop down. Short little walk. Definitely can say these beaches are different than they are in the States. It's again more just a pebble beach. The views are fantastic. The water's really nice. Looks beautiful. So tell you what, here you go. Okay, so I made it to the train station. Like I said, I'm really early. Unfortunately, they're not going to let me trade my ticket in for an earlier ticket, so I guess I'm just going to have to hang out for a little while and just kind of wait for my train ticket, or my train time. But as far as the hike, it was great. Had a great time. It definitely lived up to the hype. I thought it was beautiful. Not as tough as everybody tried to make it out to be, but definitely good. Got my heart rate going, even though it wasn't as tough. And so yeah, so it was all in all, it was a great day. It's a good hike.